Dude, they this table will hold me.
Hell no, you can't do it on this table.
What they gonna do, push-ups on the table?
That will be something to film right there, because that is going to be some funny. Getting kind of hyped up right here, boys. We got push-up day. I got his favorite artist. You can't do no push-ups on this, boy, because you're the biggest and the largest. Where we want to do these things at?
I'm gonna do it on this table.
Man, you can't do them on no table.
It'll hold me.
No, hell it won't. That's going to be some funny stuff.
It'll hold me. What if it breaks?
I'm going to laugh.
If it breaks,
Hey, it's going.
Watch out.
You want to do it?
It'll do a podcast. Is it too close? All right, you ready?
No, wait. We're going to kind of talk. Hey, guys. Unscripted coaches here. Got the double.
Be careful. Be careful hitting this table.
Double sturdy chair. We got my man lost his bed, so he's going to pay up on it tonight.
How many I got? 15?
We got 15.
All right.
I'm going to get his little motivation up. 1. Keep going. Good job right there. That was a great job doing it on this table right here, because I don't know. I got to cut this music off, so you can't. Nah, he gonna go get some oxygen. He ain't gonna grab go grab an apple. Hey, way to tighten up and improve that thing. That was pretty impressive on this table. Hey, you know what? That diet must be working.
It is working. We still filming?
Shh, don't talk right.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Rhodes. Our man, Coach Bird. Hey.
Ooh, what's up?
Unscripted Coaches, episode 52. Is that right, Pop? 52. It's good when we do them consistently. Then I know what number we're on.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
Timeout. You don't need a 30-second timeout?
No, I don't think so. I got it, man. Hey, I don't know if he's going to put it in on the front. Pop, where are you going to put it at?
Right at the start.
So when they turn the tape on, they've already seen it. I'm talking now, they've already seen it. Hey, did my push-ups, 15, can't believe. The saying is, tails never fails. Well, it failed me in the Super Bowl because that was the most exciting part of the game.
Well, I'm still impressed about you doing it on this table.
Well.
Evidently, these tables are pretty sturdy, Coach.
Lifetime. I'll be right back. I'm so sweaty.
Oxygen tank, what he's trying to go get. But hey, guys, we'll talk about the Super Bowl. We were kind of on the money. Seahawks kind of dominated it. I hate it for me, but the best team won. Football's over for the year. That's kind of sad. You know, most of our stuff's talking about football. Now we're just going to try to talk about different sports. We're going to talk a little bit about the Olympics today and a little bit about basketball. We did have a special guest the other day. We're going to put that out the next day or two. Had a young man, Ryan Justice, who's been following us from day one. We had him up here, and we'll let you see that when it comes along. Coach, what you want to talk about today? Start the Olympics?
Oh, one more shout out. Former guest of the show, Reese Outlaw. First hit of the season, maybe her career.
First hit of her college career.
Home run.
Bomb, dinger.
Shout out to Reese.
Great job there. That's pretty impressive. Now, your first, man, I can see her first hit a single or something. Hers was a bomb.
Yep, we like that.
So that's good to know she's doing good.
Good luck to her. Me and Coach Bird talk about it all the time. When she comes home from college on breaks or whatever, she's always out here getting in work. That's what I like to see. I like to see good athletes putting time into their craft, man. So shout out to her.
Shout out to her, and I think they've actually won a couple games. They're winning.
Yeah.
Playing good. We'll talk about a little bit of football before we get off of it.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk about. So I told him I thought the Super Bowl, the better team won, no doubt.
Yeah, that's like I said, going into the game, Seattle, I thought would win it. I was rooting for New England. I really like Vrabel. And you know me, I pull for coaches. It's not that I don't dislike Seattle's coach. I just don't know him that well. And so, we'll kind of keep it. And I'm
gonna tell you what's kind of neat about the Super Bowl when they won and stuff. And I don't know if Coach Park might find it, but his celebration after the game. He was just talking there, and he was talking, and he said, "Hey guys, we just won the Super Bowl." We just won the Super Bowl. That was the excitement. Then he got a little more excited, but he wasn't jumping up and down. That was supposed to be
was that?
the coach from Seattle. That might have been the comments. He said, hey guys, he's on the headphone. We just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We just won the Super Bowl.
Did you see him at the end whenever they popped the confetti? And you could tell. And I don't think this was, I don't know him, but it sure didn't look fake. He just kind of paused, man. He was just looking.
But hey, that's what I'm telling you he did in that thing, man. He's like, hey guys, and just looked around. We just won the Super Bowl.
I ain't trying to be funny, but I'll talk about high school for a minute. High school coaches. Some coaches are lucky enough to work for schools who just year in and year out, they're going to be in the running to make it to a state championship. Not necessarily win it, but they're going to make it, and maybe win it, but they're going to be there a lot. And then other coaches are not in those positions, and my personal experience, played for a state championship my senior year, and then was able to coach one, and Coach Pock and me and Coach Bird in 2017. And I just remember one of the biggest takeaways I had from my experience as a player that I wanted to not repeat as a coach, but also to try to get our players to understand is soak it up and enjoy it. Try to be intentional about how you're, the things you're doing pregame. You got to be focused and you got to be ready to play. You got to be ready to coach, but just try to enjoy it, man, because not everybody gets to experience that, and it is cool. Really is.
That's what 2017.
And that's just on our level,
And y'all always talk every game, and I told that come 2000, I said I'll talk when we get to the state championship, and that's kind of what I said. This gravy now. You need to kind of soak up and enjoy the moment, because getting to the state championship, that's the tough thing.
Yeah,
playing it, you got to soak it up and enjoy it, because there may be a chance you'll never get there again.
That's right. And then just to see that on the highest level of the game, for that coach to, in that moment after winning it, hearing what you just talked about, and then seeing him doing that, he's just, just soaking it all in, man. That was cool to see.
He was mesmerized. What he was like, man. That's like the way he said, hey, man, we just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I will tell you, in terms of the game, we talked about this before. I like to see some points scored in Super Bowls and big games, but I am a defensive person. I do like low-scoring games, and to see those field goals, and in Seattle, I didn't realize how good they were defensively.
They could easily shut them out. I think they could easily shut them out.
But when New England scored that touchdown, I was like, all right, this is the opportunity. It's been slow. New England scored that touchdown. I was like, hey, there's a chance they could turn this into
12 minutes in the game.
Yeah, could turn it into a second half, little comeback run, or at least get it tight. But then they had the 2 turnovers, and it is.
And what I hate about the Super Bowl? I hate they had to have a takeaway and stuff, and everybody was talking about the halftime show. That kind of took away from. But what it is. I didn't watch this. I didn't see the halftime show because I was doing other stuff. But it is what it is. I don't know. You could get into it, and you probably make some people mad here and there. But
I'm gonna tell you what sucks about it is, again, something that when I was growing up was an event that brought people together. Even people that don't watch football, people that don't like football. The Super Bowl used to bring people together.
Yeah.
You'd get together and you'd have your food and stuff, which I want to talk about. You'd have your food and stuff, and you do this and you do that, and you got parties, and churches are hosting events, and different groups are hosting events, and they're watching. Everybody comes together to watch the game. Yet, for some reason right now in this world, we got to divide every freaking thing. And it's so, I know the preacher talked about it on Sunday, we didn't talk about the division, but it's so heartbreaking to see something that's supposed to be something that brings you together, and, it even right on down to the Super Bowl. Yeah. I know you're going to be divided on who you want to win and lose. I get that. There's 2 sides. But in terms of just the pageantry of the game and the commercials and halftime, there's always division in there. And, it's like, look, if you didn't like the act, which this year was Bad Money, okay, cool. Why has it got to be so daggone intense about, well, I ain't watching it, I ain't doing this? If you didn't watch it, that's okay too. But don't get on social media and post. I'm gonna tell you what, I get to a point I hate social media. I know is YouTube consider social media?
Probably so.
I don't know. I get where I can't stand it.
But it's just
people whining
politics
and fuss about
it's everything.
Yeah.
It's just we ain't got but there's a lot of bad things in this world. We ain't got but a few good things. Let's kind of keep those kind
together.
of how we're going together.
How about this? What were you bragging about knowing the other day?
Knowing what?
About the number of what being eaten?
Chicken wings.
Well, I went to a Super Bowl get-together. He was part of it. Coach Avent. All right, by the way, Pot, get this thing up before 8 a.m. on Saturday. All right, shout out to Coach Avent. Ken.
We didn't contribute to the wings.
There weren't no wings at the party. Where were the wings at?
Well,
hey, guess what? When I left, because I had to get home, didn't stay home. I got home. On the way home, I called one of my other buddies. He was at a get-together. Guess what they didn't have? They had a damn chicken wings.
Well, we had some chicken quarters, didn't we? We didn't have no. That is
where are the chicken wings at?
Well, I don't know. It must be a lot. We didn't contribute to that.
You know what, dude? I did talk to some people after the Super Bowl. You know what they said? They thought the number one thing would be, which I don't think was over there at Ken's either. Buffalo chicken dip. They said that's the top. That's the top.
There wasn't even a lot of dip over there either.
There wasn't a lot of dip. But so I was a little disappointed.
Hey, I didn't win anything on the little blocks and stuff like that. You didn't either.
Yeah.
But good to go. Football's over. I want to talk about before we get there. I ain't a big Cam Newton fan, dog.
All right, what is that?
I really don't. I mean, I ain't never been to Cam Newton. But he was talking with some kids the other day, and I've said this in a way about the other day. And he was getting on them about, trying to be too pretty and too cool and playing football. And that's a sport you can't do that in. But the thing he said at the end, he said, when the coaches care more about it than the players, you're in a bad situation.
Yeah.
And I know I've seen that a lot in high school, and I'm sure it's a lot in the college. But, I mean, a lot of times that is the thing. Coaches sometimes care more than the players. So then I think that's kind of hard. How do you address them? How do you coach that if they don't really care? They're just going through the motions.
Well, the first thing I want to say to try to have a positive spin on it, that's why, again, as a coach, it's so vital that when you have a good group that does mean something to you, you better enjoy it.
Yep, because it's far and in between.
Because I don't think you're going to get that consistently year in and year out anymore, or, from one group to the next. It's sad to say, but I will agree with him 100%. I think you are too. When it doesn't mean much to the kids, it's real difficult, especially in North Carolina where coaching pay is not very high. It's real difficult to get an entire staff to buy in and individually to buy into putting in the same type of prep work and effort into it. Spend time away from your family, spend time, trying to get it when it don't matter to the kids.
And it makes for some long nights going home too.
It's hard. And then you get home and you're like, man, why do this?
Yeah.
You go to, it's not at that time you post a little short, you vibing in the truck, just kind of relax. You better find something because it's hard to go. You're right. You leave a practice and the kids don't care.
And they don't care. And it's hard now. And it's getting worse. But I think he was talking to some college kids. I ain't really sure.
Yeah, well, we go back to it again. Hey, all right. We'd love to know. We're going to have to do a little research on this, a little deeper dive on this. But from what we're understanding and looking at things, it seems like this NIL stuff is like real high to get these kids to come into the program, But then after that, it's all about production, right?
Then that money starts dropping.
That money may start to drop.
You better start realizing that, guys.
But here's the thing, though. Depending on what that money is, what'd you say the average for just the average Joe is in the SEC?
$500,000.
$500,000.
And he said something about that too. He said he was telling them kids. He said, football, if you'll put your, he had the threes, effort, all this stuff. But he said it can be very prosperous for you if you go out there and put in 100% every day and do this. But when you act like you care, you ain't gonna make no money. But it can be prosperous now.
Yeah.
But I kudos to him. Like I said, I ain't a big Cam Newton fan. I know Coach Park probably is. But
I think if you watch his podcast, you kind of get a better understanding of him a little bit, because he talks about, especially when like talk show hosts and stuff, kind of come at him, or some people go at talk show. He's like, man, you got to understand, like this is entertainment.
Yeah.
And he's got that. But when it's in those moments where he's being serious, you see all the flashy stuff get away from him. And that's what I will say about Cam, and hearing him talk serious about topics versus when he's just trying to basically get clicks and views and stuff, and build his thing. I think there's a difference. But I do think that he really understands it,
because he's played at the highest level in all college and football. He's done it all.
Yeah, but so I don't know. That's what it is.
How about the guy you sent me a message the other day?
I don't even know.
We ain't even got to bring it up because this still ain't nobody going to believe it. The boy got another year's eligibility to play college football, right?
Yep.
11 years he's played college football. 11 years.
Shalik Mills.
11 years.
MILLZ. Middle Tennessee offensive lineman has been granted eligibility for an 11th season
11 years
by the NCAA. He was recruited during the Obama administration. That's when his high school recruitment took place, when President Obama was in office.
Somebody's going to tell me how that happened.
11 years?
11 years. He could almost graduate college 3 times.
Yeah.
In 11 years.
Yeah, I don't really know about
I don't know. If you've heard anything out of that, guys, hey, he thought I was going to sing that song.
You know,
I was going to give a little bit of shout out to Carolina. And, last week we didn't even talk about the Carolina-Duke game. Great game. Stormed the court twice. I ain't never seen that. Dropped $50,000 fine on them. That's no problem. Great job. But guess what you go do the next game? Throw a dud and get beat by Miami. Mm-hmm. I don't care how good Miami is. You just knocked off Duke. I guarantee you the last 3 or 4 years they've done that, and I'm probably wrong, but I ain't wrong a lot. They've lost in the next game after they played Duke. So after they beat Duke, they lost the next game. So that tells you right there, you're just trying to play. You play at their whoever you're playing, you play at their level. Yeah. You play at their level. So good job beating Duke. Not so good job losing the next game. Enough about that basketball in Carolina.
Yeah. Big game coming up again in, a month or so?
Yeah.
About a month.
They got the Wolfpack coming up, and I know, hey, it better not take State lightly because that boy's got them playing down there now. I mean, at one time they won 6 or 7 in a row. So, and that's, people talk about what they want. Duke and Carolina is probably the biggest rivalry in sports. But State and Carolina is pretty big too now. Pretty big.
Well, we'll talk about the medal count here, and for the Olympics. Haven't really watched a ton of it, but got Norway has the most gold medals at 7 total.
They should win some medals because it's probably cold as hell in Norway, ain't it? I don't even know where Norway's at, but it's probably cold.
I don't think
so
real cold.
They can do a lot of practicing up there in Norway.
They got 14 total medals. Italy has 6 gold medals, 15 total, so they got the most total medal count. United States got 4 golds. Their total counts at 13. Then you got Sweden, 4 golds, 8 total. And Switzerland, 4 golds, 7 total. Let me tell you something about this. I ain't really thought about this. It's like the Summer Olympics is like, have some fun, like shoot some basketball, run some stuff, right? It's like all kind of, you just kind of go. Meanwhile, you switch over to the Winter Olympics and you got like, how fast can you go down this ice-covered hill, like speed skating
the
on
Winter
ice.
Olympics is dangerous.
It's dangerous. There's a lot of danger.
I don't know what that one thing is where they just get there and lay down in that little tube right there.
Yeah.
Going down that thing. I mean, they hit 80, 90 miles an hour.
Then you got the bobsledding is in there too. The speed skating. I mean, they're hauling buggy, and if they lose traction and hit a wall at that speed.
And the Vaughn girl, crashed again, broke her.
Yeah. She tore ACL like the week before. Yeah. Competed anyways, and then wrecked. They had to airlift. I think she's been airlifted twice in like 2 weeks.
Bad break. I mean, but that's. I was going to tell you the same thing. The Winter Olympics is tough now. Yeah, well, that's tough. That's tough.
I will ask this, and I know that when it comes to the government, there's a lot of controversy, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your opinions and whatnot. But I can ask you can punt it back to me or whatever you want to do. I understand there's political issues in this country that not everybody agrees with, etc. I totally get that and support that.
You got your own opinion, guys.
But you got Hunter, I think his name is Hunter Hess. I'll double check that while I'm doing this. Hunter Hess. He wants to make the comment that, basically he didn't enjoy representing the United States as an Olympic athlete.
You said that out.
Yeah.
Then don't represent them. How about that? Yeah. Don't represent them. But what was his opinion? All the stuff going on in the world. That's some kind of bull. Yeah. You get a chance to represent your country, and then you're gonna get there and backlash them and say, I really ain't having a good time. It's hard for me to represent them. I want one of it. I'd say, well, look, I tell you what. you can just pack your stuff up and go home right now. Because I know there's some alternates out there. I know there's somebody else that would be privileged to be in there and do that stuff.
Yeah. Well, now it looks like he's backtracked a little bit.
But once you say it,
but I just that's kind of one of them deals where growing up, my mom and grandma used to tell me, if you ain't got if it isn't something nice, they would put it like this: you don't have something nice to say, don't say it.
Yeah.
In that moment, I just feel like, again, I don't like using that platform for that moment. You're out there, you're competing for your country, you're doing those things, and here's the other thing. Now, there's a lot of other countries out here in these Olympics, and they got some major political issues too. Once again, I'd like to see it as a thing to come together and not continue to separate.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion.
A lot of these people.
There's somebody for this country may not, obviously, is not as good as him, or they would have beat him out in the trials.
They somewhere next down the line.
But they would have beat him out in trials and stuff. But I'd much rather have somebody like that go in there and compete and do their best than have somebody being negative about it. Be like somebody on your basketball team.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear my jersey tonight. I want to wear this.
Yeah.
Nah, then don't play.
That's what a lot of these people do. These freshman athletes, that they let their mouth overload their. They say more than they say more than they really should say now.
Yeah.
But it would be simple to me. What is it? Ski or what is it?
Like it's a skier.
Well, ski your ass on back home, wherever you from. That's where I look at it. That's kind of crazy, but that's the world we live in today, guys. And it's just, athletics and sports ought to be, like I said, unify everything. But it's just, we can't do it. I don't understand why we can't do it. And it's going to get worse. It's going to be worse when your youngest get a little older. Park's youngest, it's just going to be worse now.
Yeah.
So, some way that we got to find a way to fix it and get back to athletics and enjoy it, make that like America's games, and people enjoy to watch the stuff. I don't know, different things, Coach.
Well,
Are you sore? You're probably gonna be sore tomorrow now. Just them little 15 push-ups.
I was good until you hit this table. It was already a little rocky. It was already a little rocky getting on here. Bird had me second guessing myself. I did give Pot permission that had the table collapsed, I would have been okay with it being posted. But
I would have too. I would have been.
Yeah, I'd have been okay with it. I would have kept it from being on the air, but it is what it is. I told some of the people asked me, what you gonna do? You go, no, you can't just do push-ups. We're entertainers when it comes to this thing.
Well, yeah, we're like
we got to do something a little different.
mean,
I thought about doing some handstand push-ups. Ain't done them since about 2019.
I'd
so
probably. I don't know what I got in my wallet.
I said, well,
but I'd probably give you a little bit on that challenge.
What, doing some handstand push-ups?
15 of them.
Oh yeah, 15 would have been hard. I was gonna say now, hey, for some money, of course I've done. I don't care what he thinks. I would have taken that bet, but Bird and Pot both owe me for a couple of things where I've done some stuff, some challenges, and they didn't pay up. So I ain't gonna be talking about that.
Well, I would pay for that one now. I mean, I'd pay for that one. It'd be tore some shoulders up and stuff like that. Hey, we got Valentine's Day out here. Wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day.
Peace.
Peace.